Take your shoes and socks off, right now. Seriously, if you are sitting at home watching this, look down at your bare feet, because the terrifying truth about type 2 diabetes is that it doesn't wait for your doctor to draw your blood. It doesn't wait for a lab report. It begins leaving silent, visible, and physical clues at the furthest points of your body long before your blood sugar reaches the danger zone. Most people are completely blind to these clues. They walk around on them every single day. They rub lotion on them, they take over-the-counter painkillers, and they blame it on getting older, wearing cheap shoes, or just being tired. My name is Dr. Sam, and over the years, I have analyzed thousands of cases where people were blindsided by a diabetes diagnosis. And almost every single time, when we rewind the tape and look at their medical history, the warning signs were flashing bright red on their feet for months, sometimes even years before their diagnosis. Just a few months ago, I was speaking with a woman named Sarah. She was 62, active in her garden, and felt totally fine. She mentioned she was buying new shoes because her old ones were suddenly giving her awful blisters that just wouldn't seem to go away. She also complained her toes felt like they were buzzing at night. She had no idea she was describing the classic early warning alarms of insulin resistance. By the time she finally got her blood work done, her A1C was completely out of control. According to the Centers for Disease Control, over a quarter of adults with diabetes have absolutely no idea they have it. That is millions of people whose blood vessels and nerves are actively being destroyed while they go about their daily lives. But you do not have to be a statistic. Today, I am going to reveal the 9 silent warning signs of high blood sugar that show up on your feet. I'm going to decode exactly what your body is trying to tell you, why it's happening, and most importantly, I will give you a simple science-backed habit for each sign to help you take your health back. Let's dive in. Sign number 1. We call it the phantom sock sensation. Have you ever taken off your socks at the end of the day, but it still feels like you are wearing them? Your feet feel heavy, slightly numb, or you have a strange tingling sensation, almost like static electricity buzzing in your toes. Most people brush this off. They say, "Oh, I just sat cross-legged for too long," or "My shoes are just a bit too tight." And sure, occasional numbness is normal. But if you are experiencing this static-like tingling frequently, your body is waving a massive red flag. This is the beginning of peripheral neuropathy. When your blood sugar is chronically high, that excess glucose essentially acts like microscopic shards of glass traveling through your bloodstream. Over time, it damages the tiny blood vessels that supply oxygen to your nerves. Think of your nerves like a radio antenna picking up a signal. When the antenna is damaged, the music doesn't come through clearly anymore. Instead, you hear static. That buzzing, tingling feeling in your feet is literally neurological static. Your nerves are suffocating from a lack of oxygenated blood. The fix? First, you must prioritize walking. I want you to commit to a 25-minute walk every evening after dinner. Studies show that a post-meal walk significantly blunts the blood sugar spike from your food. Muscle contractions force glucose out of the blood and into the muscle cells, reducing the burden on your nervous system. Sign number 2 is something that robs millions of people of their sleep, and yet it is rarely talked about: unexplained burning sensations in the soles of your feet, especially right when you lay down to go to bed. People constantly make excuses for this. "I stood on concrete all day," or "It's just hot weather." But when your feet feel like they are resting on a hot skillet and they are completely cool to the touch, you are dealing with something far more serious. This is a progression of nerve damage. Your sensory nerves are misfiring. Imagine a car's dashboard. If the engine overheats, a red warning light comes on. But what if the wiring in the dashboard is broken? The red warning light might flash constantly, even if the engine is freezing cold. That is what high blood sugar does to your nerves. It short-circuits the system, causing your brain to register intense heat and pain, even when there is no external heat source. If you experience this, my recommendation is to dramatically increase your intake of omega-3 fatty acids and alpha-lipoic acid, or ALA. ALA is a powerful antioxidant found in foods like spinach, broccoli, and grass-fed meats. Research has shown that ALA can actually help repair damaged nerve pathways and significantly reduce that burning sensation. Sign number 3. Listen to me very closely on this one, because this is where things turn from uncomfortable to incredibly dangerous. Small cuts, blisters, or bug bites on your feet that simply refuse to heal. You get a tiny blister on your heel, 2 weeks go by, and it still looks exactly the same, or worse, it's getting bigger. Most people assume they just have a bad immune system or that the bandage rubbed it the wrong way. The terrifying reality? High blood sugar turns your blood into a thick, syrupy consistency. It damages the inner lining of your arteries, making them stiff and narrow. When you have a wound, your body needs to send white blood cells, oxygen, and healing nutrients to the site to repair the skin. But because your feet are the furthest point from your heart, and the blood vessels are now narrow and clogged, the healing tools simply cannot get there. Imagine a massive traffic jam on a highway, and there's an ambulance with its sirens blaring stuck at the very back. The ambulance has everything needed to save the patient, but the road is blocked. That is your immune system trying to heal a diabetic foot ulcer. If you ever notice a cut on your foot that hasn't started closing up, within 3 to 4 days, you must see a doctor. In the meantime, inspect your feet daily with a hand mirror and stop walking barefoot, even inside your house. Buy a comfortable pair of indoor-only slippers to protect your skin from microtraumas. Sign number 4 is a visual clue. Skin discoloration, specifically a shiny, dark, or slightly rusty brown appearance around your ankles and shins. People will look at this and say, it's an age spot, or I must have gotten too much sun on my legs. But this specific type of discoloration is a condition related to vascular disease. When the pressure inside the weakened blood vessels of your lower legs becomes too high due to impaired circulation, tiny red blood cells actually leak out of the capillaries and into the surrounding skin tissue. When those red blood cells break down, they release iron. That dark, rusty discoloration you see on your ankles is literally iron pigment staining your skin from the inside out. Imagine an old plumbing pipe slowly leaking rust onto the wall behind it. You can paint over the wall all you want, but until you fix the pipe, the rust will keep coming back. To combat this, you need to assist your body's venous return the process of getting blood back up to your heart against gravity. Spend 10 minutes every single day lying on your back with your legs elevated against a wall. This simple gravitational shift relieves the immense pressure on the compromised veins in your lower legs and helps drain pooled fluid. Sign number 5 is severe, deeply cracked heels that no amount of lotion can fix. We all get dry skin, especially in the winter, and the cosmetic aisle is full of pumice stones and foot creams, so people assume this is totally normal. I just have dry skin, my whole family has it. But if you are moisturizing daily and your heels are still cracking to the point of pain or bleeding, you might be dealing with autonomic neuropathy. Your autonomic nerves control the involuntary functions of your body, things like heart rate, digestion, and yes, the sweat and moisture glands in your feet. High blood sugar destroys these specific nerves, meaning your feet literally lose the physical ability to produce their own lubricating oils. Your skin becomes like a dried-up riverbed in the middle of a drought. The earth cracks, splits, and opens up, and those cracks are a VIP entrance for dangerous bacteria. Do not use cheap alcohol-based lotions, which actually dry the skin out faster. Switch to a thick medical-grade urea cream or pure organic castor oil. Apply it thickly to your heels right before bed, and put on a pair of clean cotton socks to lock the moisture in overnight. I want to pause right here. We are halfway through this list and I want to check in with you. Are you finding this information valuable? Have you noticed any of these first 5 signs on yourself or maybe on your spouse or a parent? If you have, I want you to drop down into the comments right now and type the word aware. Just type aware. It lets me know that this message is reaching the people who need it most. And please hit the like button. It costs you nothing, but it signals to the YouTube algorithm that this video could save a life and it pushes it out. 2 more people. Thank you. Now let's get into the most critical signs. Sign number 6 is persistent swelling in the feet and ankles, also known as edema, the common excuse. I sit at a desk all day or I ate too much salty food. And yes, salt causes water retention. But if you take off your socks at night and the elastic band has left a deep, visible indentation in your skin that stays there for several minutes when you press on it, your kidneys are begging for help. Your kidneys are your body's master filtration system, but they are packed with microscopic blood vessels. Years of undiagnosed high blood sugar completely trashes these delicate filters. When the kidneys can no longer efficiently filter waste and fluid, the excess water has to go somewhere. Gravity pulls it straight down to your feet. Think of a sink with a drain that is 90% clogged with hair and gunk. When you turn the faucet on, the water doesn't drain. It pools up in the basin. Your swollen ankles are the basin. The immediate action step here is to drastically increase your intake of potassium-rich foods like avocados, spinach, and sweet potatoes. Potassium actively pushes excess sodium and fluid out of your cells and helps your kidneys flush the system. And of course, keep those feet elevated whenever you are sitting on the couch. Sign number 7 is sudden, sharp, shooting pains in the foot, often misdiagnosed as plantar fasciitis or a bone spur. Patients will go to the pharmacy, buy expensive orthotic shoe inserts, and pop ibuprofen like it's candy, thinking they just have an orthopedic injury. But the pain doesn't stop. It feels like an electric shock or an ice pick suddenly jabbing into the bottom of the foot. This is the chaotic stage of diabetic nerve damage. Instead of going completely numb, the damaged nerve becomes hyperexcitable. It starts firing off intense pain signals randomly. Imagine a glitching computer keyboard. You are trying to type a simple email, but the keyboard keeps spamming the exclamation point over and over again, and you can't stop it. The hardware is broken. Ibuprofen reduces inflammation in muscles and joints. It does absolutely nothing for a glitching, damaged nerve. You must focus on glycemic control. Start incorporating apple cider vinegar into your daily routine. Taking 1 tablespoon of raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar diluted in a large glass of water about 15 minutes before your heaviest meal has been clinically shown to improve insulin sensitivity and lower the resulting blood sugar spike. Sign number 8 is chronically freezing cold feet. You know the type. You're wearing wool socks in the middle of July, or you have to sleep with a heating pad at the end of the bed every single night. People laugh this off and say, I just have poor circulation. But why do you have poor circulation? High blood sugar causes a condition called peripheral arterial disease, or PAD. The arteries in your legs become so caked with plaque and hardened by sugar that the warm, freshly oxygenated blood from your heart simply cannot physically reach your toes. It's like living in a massive 3-story house where the furnace is in the basement. If the air ducts leading to the attic are crushed and blocked, the attic is going to be freezing all winter long. No matter how high you turn up the thermostat, your feet are the attic of your body. To help combat this, you need to stimulate the production of nitric oxide in your blood vessels. Nitric oxide acts as a vasodilator. It relaxes and widens the blood vessels. You can boost this naturally by eating nitrate-rich vegetables like beets, arugula, and celery. A daily glass of beetroot juice can do absolute wonders for opening up those restricted pathways. Finally, sign number 9. This is the sneakiest one on the entire list. You will never feel this symptom, you can only see it. And it is the complete loss of hair on your toes, the tops of your feet, and your lower shins. People assume hair loss is just a natural part of getting older. Oh, my socks just rubbed the hair off over the years. That is a myth. Hair follicles are incredibly demanding little organs. They require a massive, uninterrupted supply of blood and nutrients to grow hair. When circulation to the lower extremities is choked off by years of elevated blood glucose, the body goes into survival mode. It says, we don't have enough blood flow to keep the foot alive and grow hair. Shut down the hair follicles. It is the biological equivalent of a city enduring a massive drought. The city council will shut off the water supply to the decorative fountains and the lawns to ensure there is enough drinking water for the hospitals. Your hairless toes are the dead brown lawns of your body. It is a clear visual marker of advanced vascular starvation. If you notice your toes and shins are completely smooth and shiny, you need to schedule a comprehensive blood panel with your doctor immediately. Specifically, ask for a fasting insulin test and an HbA1c test. Do not wait for your annual checkup. Make the appointment this week. We have covered a massive amount of ground today. 9 distinct signs, 9 desperate messages your body is sending you to warn you about the hidden dangers of high blood sugar. But information without execution is useless. I do not want you to just watch this video, close the app, and go about your day. I want you to take action. Here is my prescription for you tonight. When you get ready for bed, sit on the edge of your mattress. Take exactly 60 seconds to examine your feet. Look at the color of your skin. Check for small cuts between your toes. Feel your heels for severe cracking. Notice if they feel strangely numb, buzzing, or ice cold. If you identify even one of these signs, do not panic. Your body is incredibly resilient, and type 2 diabetes is a dietary and lifestyle disease, which means in many cases it can be managed, halted, and even reversed with the right choices. Cut out refined sugars, start walking daily, prioritize your sleep, and consult your physician immediately to get a baseline of where your blood sugar truly is. Your health is your greatest wealth. You have worked far too hard to let a preventable condition rob you of your mobility, your independence, and your joy. If this video opened your eyes today, please share it. Send it to a family member, text the link to a friend, or post it on your Facebook page. You never know whose life you might completely change just by sharing this knowledge. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on the vital health strategies I share on this channel. Stay proactive, listen to what your body is telling you, and please take care of those feet. I will see you in the next video.